Day 3 of spring break for us. It's actually a pretty cool week because the public schools in the area, Duval and St. John's, have their spring break next week. However, our kid that's in school goes to a private school. They do it a week early. And I promised myself this year that I was gonna take more time off, spend more time with the kids and family. So that's what we're doing, and doing a little staycation here on spring break. Monday we went to Beach Bowl. Beach Bowl was a whole lot of fun. It's a really cool place. They just put a lot of money into remodeling it, and it's got an arcade and stuff, so the kids loved it. We actually did one of our client events there this fall. I will say, I do miss $2 shoes and $4 bowling games. It's a lot more expensive now to go bowling with your family than it was when we were kids, but I guess that's the way it goes. Everything in life, maybe like the social media age, everything has to be Instagram ready. I do wish there was like just a regular bowling alley though. Missed that experience. And then yesterday went down to St. Augustine, to the old town, had a nice lunch. We went to the alligator farm. A zoo there, saw a ton of animals and hung out. And then today we're at Jacksonville Beach, and right now it's still really quiet. There's like a little surf competition going on, which is cool, but other than that it's super quiet. And that's the benefit of our spring break being a week early. Like, nobody's here yet. Next week it'll be way busier. There was a lot of traffic because TPC's going on. They're kicking off today. I think it's like the practice round, and then there's gonna be like your military appreciation night and concerts and stuff. So traffic to that was pretty busy. So we had to kind of like avoid that and go around it. But other than that, we're here at the beach. It's a calm day. We're just gonna hang out and chill. Then this afternoon, I do got a little bit of work. We still got transactions going on. So I've got to go do a final walkthrough at a house, make sure it didn't burn down or nobody stole the pipes out of the wall before it closes tomorrow. We've got another transaction closing next week that I'll check in with my team, make sure everything's running smooth. But that's the benefit of having a great team, having a great support, is I can come out here, spend time with my family, enjoy where we live. This is a mess. Here's what we're gonna do. Cutting through this hospital parking lot because I got stuck in a turn lane back there. I'm on Belfort Road, and it's kind of, you come off the freeway and you're unfortunately in a turn lane, and there was a lot of traffic. Nobody was letting me in, so we had to go down this way. Anyway, it's day 3 of spring break. Promised myself at the beginning of the year I was gonna take time off. So I put it on the calendar. Spring break was our first vacation of the year and committed to it. So we decided we were gonna do a staycation though, because we've got other things going, and vacation is expensive when you have 4 kids already, and we're right in the middle of busy season of work. But we said, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a staycation. The nanny comes from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. So we're gonna take that time off. We're gonna fill our schedule with stuff to do as a family, as a group. And then if I got work to do, I'll do it afterwards, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm headed to a final walkthrough for our house. I've got a VA buyer that's in Virginia currently. They're coming down here on orders to Naval Station Mayport. And we work with a lot of VA people. As a veteran, I'm still pretty closely connected to the community. It's pretty tight knit. And I think we do a good job. And as testament to that, we get a lot of referral business from people. So this particular couple, they actually were referred to us by another couple we sold a house to last year, who incidentally enough sent us one other referral and then already bought a second house for some family to move into. And so that's 4 transactions basically from one person who was referred to me. He had orders from Japan, and another guy who I served with years ago, never have done any business with or anything, just because of what they see us doing on Facebook and in the community refer us. So that means a ton to us. I wouldn't be in business without people who made the conscious decision to say, hey, you know what, Nate was a great guy, I served with him, I see he's doing great things based on what I see on social media. I'm gonna send my friend to work with Nate, and then when we do a great job for that friend sends us more, and that's how the business has grown. So it's really good. Anyway, I've got a final walkthrough to go to, and basically at the final walkthrough, I just want to make sure the house didn't burn down, it wasn't burglarized, it's in the same condition. So maybe, I don't know, like something happened where a pipe burst and the place flooded. Oh no, we've got to hold off on this deal, and we've got to fix this problem before we move forward and close this transaction. That's really what your final walkthrough is for. Make sure no one stole the pipes out of the wall or something crazy. The home is supposed to be in the same condition it was at the time. Basically, like, you go tour the house, if the AC is running and the heat's running and the water is working, then you write an offer, you go under contract. The day it closes, 30, 45 days later, 2 weeks, whatever time period it is, the house needs to be in that same condition. So if there was some sort of emergency from then until now, we don't close on the home, we address the issue, we figure out how we're gonna solve it, and we move forward. Or if it can't be solved, then the deal's off, no fault of the buyers. And potentially no fault of sellers. It's just the way it goes. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm headed over here to a great part of Jacksonville where you can get some great properties at an average or a little bit below average price point for Jacksonville, which right now is hovering around 360, I believe, 360 or 390. I have to look. I look at so many numbers that I really got to have them in front of me. So that's why sometimes people will call me, what do you think I can get for my house? And I'm like, I got to look at the numbers, man. I got to pull up my book. And some people might see that as a sign of like, oh, this guy doesn't know. But in reality, I look at so much information and so much data. There is plenty of data that I can just rattle off the top of my head and be confident that it's true and accurate data. But if you just ask me, what's my house worth, and you tell me what street you live on, I'm gonna take a day or two to do a little bit of research and really give you a true answer to that, because the numbers change all the time. I'm in so many different parts of the city all the time. So I rather take a day or two, get the accurate information versus giving you the wrong information. That is stupid to me. So today was incredible at the beach. Earlier this morning, came home from the beach, absolute perfect day, perfect weather. Shauna and me jumped in the hot tub. The boys jumped on the couch to watch a movie. Then we air dried in the backyard, got to even more sun on us. Took a quick shower, and here I am working. Tomorrow, pretty exciting day. Nanny's gonna stay home. The kids are gonna take a day off. It has been a lot for them to go. And I'm pretty happy because my son, who I was like listed all the things that we did, and I was like, bro, what was your favorite part so far? And he said, going to the beach. And so that made me so happy, not just because we can go to the beach for relatively low cost, but also I just love that, because I grew up in South Florida. Being on the water, it's a part of my life. I tell my wife that I want a burial at sea all the time, and she's kind of upset about it and doesn't want that. And hopefully that's 80 years away from now, but in reality. So anyways, if you're watching this in 80 years and something happens to me, know that that's what my wishes were. For sure. I love being at the beach. I love that my family loves being at the beach. Tomorrow, the kids are gonna take a day off, stay home with the nanny, and Sean and me are headed to TPC Sawgrass for the Players Championship. We are going to enjoy the day. We got Michelob Ultra Deck tickets, which is gonna be awesome. I heard it comes with unlimited Mich Ultra. I'm not a big beer drinker though, and on top of that, for Lent this year, which I've never really participated in this before, but this year I'm doing 40 days of no alcohol, and so it's kind of crazy. Of course, I would get tickets to a place that has unlimited alcohol in the middle of, but I guess that's the point. And then you know, everyone's like, oh, you can take one day, you can take, and I'm like, that defeats the whole purpose. The whole thing is about self-control. And so if I just did that, I just defeated the whole purpose. So what's the point? Why would I do any day? So I'm gonna commit to it. I'll check back in with you and let you know how it goes. I'm headed over to this house. I'm gonna do the final walkthrough on it, and then I'm probably gonna call it a day, and that's it. And we'll check back in with you next time.